G'day mate, Clint Anderson here from Downunder Horsemanship. You know what? Horses are a beautiful creature. They're smart, they're very graceful, they're strong, they're athletic. But that at times they can also be very dangerous. Pressure. I don't truly believe horses are dangerous by nature, but they don't realize how big they are. They don't realize how strong they are. They move very, very quickly. When you can gain your horse's respect and learn how to control your horse, not only can you do it safely with your horse, but you can also get your horse to enjoy the time that he spends with you. My job, or my core purpose here at Downunder Horsemanship, is to inspire the dreams of horsemen. And I'm going to show you by understanding, by moving the horse's feet forwards, backwards, left and right, and gaining that horse's respect, there isn't anything that you can't teach your horses. All you have to do, mate, to get tremendous success with your horse is follow the Downunder Horsemanship method. So listen, mate, sit back, relax, because we're going to inspire you with the method. Come on, run, woman. Good girl, that's it.
The obstacle course actually gives the horse a purpose, something to do.
Hop back up there. Oh, you're right, mate. Get back up there.
The more you keep their feet moving, the more they have less time to react and do the wrong thing.
I'm Clinton Anderson, and I have a method for training horses. Getting horses to behave is simple. It's training people that's the real trick. Join me as I tackle some of the most challenging situations with problem horses and with problem owners.
Okay, so go ahead and point. Good girl. Move your stick, come on, move his feet. Excellent, good girl, good job. Move on to the next obstacle. I love to be able to give my horse a purpose to what they're doing by moving their feet forwards, backwards, left and right, and having them jump over things, go through things, and on top of it, it gives your horse a purpose to what they do, and they enjoy their job so much more. G'day mate, I'm Clinton Anderson, and I'd like to welcome you to another show of Downunder Horsemanship. On today's show, we're going to be working with one of my intermediate classes, and I'm going to be showing them how to use my obstacle course to have a lot of fun with their horses. So come on mate, let's get moving.
I'd like to show with my horses and go out and be able to do it correctly. You know, I want to do all that at home and then be able to go into the show ring and not make a butt out of myself.
Okay, Laurie, what we're going to do with your horse, mate, is we're going to get him braver about stepping over things. See that? I want him to step up and step down. Horses get worried about objects that move and make a noise. So I want to get him confident about being able to jump up on these staircases and jump down. You know, Laurie's horse actually did pretty good, better than what I expected actually. She really did a good job. You know, the whole point of jumping up that staircase is that every jump the horse has to get a little higher, and then down the other side. And then by jumping the horse off the sides of it, each level's different. So the horse never gets a chance to say, well, I know what the level I'm going to jump at. The horse has to constantly be able to adapt to the situation. I thought Laurie did quite good with her athletic ability to be able to run with the horse, yield his hindquarters. So actually she did really good. Good girl. Send him back. Come on, have some fun with your horse. Come on, run, woman. Good girl. That's it. Good girl. My job as a horseman is kind of like a personal trainer. I got to push these people to get to the next level. So when I was yelling at Laurie, come on, move your feet, woman, get with the program, I was trying to get her to the next level. And sometimes you got to push people to get them to that next level.
I think we need it. I needed it definitely. Instead of somebody babysitting me and sugarcoating it. You know, yeah, it just makes you, you know, like when he's yelling at me to move my feet, woman, I'm moving my feet. So, you know, he does it to help us, he does it to make us better, make our horses better. It's just taken, yeah, we love it. I love it.
Oh, he handled that like a pro. Good girl. Now, why don't you see now if you can actually get him to jump up it? You know, the key to getting a horse to jump is momentum. You know, it's kind of like a stalled car. If the car won't go anywhere, you know, you can't roll anywhere if you haven't got it moving. Get that car moving. So the whole point of jumping a horse is to get the momentum in the feet to where the horse has got enough momentum to jump up. Usually the owners worry a lot more about the jump than what the horse does. You know, horses are very athletic creatures. You know, they can jump over a 6-foot high fence if they're chased by something, you know what I mean? So horses are very athletic. It's us, the humans, that are insecure, and we think that their horses aren't capable of doing a lot of athletic moves, and they really are. Super good job. Come on, keep those feet moving. Get ready, I'll get out of your road. Ready? Excellent. Yield his hindquarters. Good girl. Go over there and rub him. He did a really good job. Very, very good job. See, he followed your lead, and when you pointed, he went. See, that's the whole thing about horses. When you gain their respect and you get their feet moving forwards, backwards, left and right, when you say go, they say yes, sir. They build confidence in themselves and in you. So that horse was jumping up and down, and he realized that what we were going to do to him wasn't going to get him hurt. It's kind of like, obstacles are kind of like the playground for children. They like to have fun with it. They like to move around. They like to experiment. That's what we're doing with people's horses. Let's move on to the next person. Great job, Laurie. Excellent. Yield a hindquarters and have a jump the other way. Rightio, Brittany, what would you like some help with, mate?
I'm trying to get her to be more confident jumping down this side and up on the other.
Okay, righto then, well let's have a go. Stand up there to begin with.
Well, when we started this clinic, the problem I was having with Brooklyn was she just is very spooky, very reactive. Up until I started riding her, she was pretty much only ridden in the arena. She has no idea where her feet are because she's never had to pay attention to them before because it's just a flat arena, you know?
Brittany's Palomino mare had never really done a lot of jumping up and down things, so we brought her over to the sunken road so that she could go around, jump down, then jump up the other side, and it wasn't quite as high as the the staircase that Laurie was working on. So I wanted her to start with something a little bit simpler. She was a younger mare, she's a 2-year-old mare, so I wanted her to be able to start with something a little bit smaller. Okay, well listen, Brittany, let's head over to this bigger obstacle over here, okay, mate? Let's see if we can get her to jump a little higher and put more effort into it. Come on, let's go.
When I first went over to the box, it's a lot higher of a jump for her, and she wasn't very comfortable in it. When she jumps in the box, she kind of loses momentum and it's hard for her to jump out of the box. And so she was really slow at it at first, but once I get her momentum up and she realizes what we were doing, then she was going pretty well.
It's like if you're walking along and then there's a barrel in front of you and you have to jump it from a standstill, it's a lot harder. But if you're running up to the barrel and you leap, obviously it's easier to get over the barrel. So momentum was the big thing that I tried to encourage Brittany to do. The biggest thing that horses are going to do is just build their confidence. You know, it's kind of like it's almost like a little kid that's learning how to dive. You know, they're on the side of the pool, they're like, come on, dive in, I'll catch you. And that kid wants to do it, but he's a little anxious. And every time he jumps in and his dad catches him, you know, and he paddles over to his dad, it builds their confidence. So the first time that mare went up to that jump, she was a little scared and she was a little reactive, okay? That's very, very normal. But every time she jumped it and she realized, oh, I can do this, it builds the horse's confidence. And it also builds the owner's confidence as well.
I kind of thought that she was going to balk right in front of the jump and not want to go through. The reason why I thought that is just because she's a little horse, you know, that jump is like in the middle of her chest, you know, so that was just because of me not having confidence in her. So, but she proved me wrong.
Good, now yield, come back, one more time. That's the girl. Now she's lined up. That was a really good one. Now yield and rubber. Really a good job there. Bring her on into you, reward her, tell her she did a good job. That's excellent, good job. Remember something, when you're jumping, you've got to let that rope slide through your hand and give her a place to go, okay? See, it's a horse's responsibility to take care of their feet. So if they happen to bump their leg on the log or something like that, they'll realize they need to pick their feet up. Remember, it's their responsibility to take care of their feet. Let's go ahead and see if we can get a horse used to water a lot more, mate. Come on.
Step up your horsemanship with the Clinton Anderson method. Now available in a complete set. Fundamentals starts you on your journey to ultimate control. As you learn to communicate with your horse, earn his trust and respect, and gain control of his body. Intermediate opens the door to ultimate performance as you build on your knowledge to create a safe, willing, and supple partner you control with a feather-light touch. And now, all new, advanced, delivers ultimate inspiration to fine-tune your application of the method and reach the highest level of horsemanship. Clinton Anderson offers you the ultimate collection of his wildly popular training method kits at a packaged price.
The obstacle course actually gives the horse a purpose, something to do. So the exercises that we teach them in the arena, we can take them out to the obstacle course and do all the same exercises, just having them face an obstacle and overcome it. It's a lot of fun, it really is.
Okay, Mark, what we're going to do with your horse is see if we can't get him used to going into the water, okay, mate? I want you to go ahead and lunge him around through the water and then jump him up the other side. Have a go at that, mate. Water can be a very scary thing for a horse because obviously it's an object that moves and makes a noise, okay? But horses have very poor depth perception. They don't know how deep the water is. So as far as the horse is concerned, when he leaps off that ledge into the water, he doesn't know if it's 6 inches deep or 6 feet deep. So he really has to trust the handler that the owner or the handler is not going to put the horse in a bad position or get him hurt or try and drown him, okay? The first few times that Mark's horse jumped into the water and he realized it wasn't real deep, then it was pretty easy for him. But then once we did that, then we took the horse to a bigger pond where he had to really walk through that water and trust us that he could go into bigger depths of water and nothing was going to happen to him.
We moved into the bigger body of water. I was able to use a little bit more of the intermediate work. Actually having the horse walk along in the water, I was on the bank. Parallel with me was one of the things that we did. Having him come out on the long line, being much further away, and then canter a distance and then canter down into the water. Of course, the horse is much further away and has more of opportunity to evade or avoid direction. So once we reached the intermediate level, and he was good at those exercises in the arena, we need to challenge him a little bit more. So taking him outside on the obstacle course, and particularly in that water, when he's a little further away, absolutely, using those intermediate exercises for the groundwork was a big help.
I think the biggest issues that Mark's horse had to face going into a big body of water is obviously that it's on a slope. So, as he's walking along, it's a little uneven under his feet. He for sure can't see how deep it is, and he has to move a lot more through the water. If you had to wade through a pool and it's up to your knees, and then you have to go through another pool that's up to your chest, it takes a lot more effort to walk through it, okay? And especially when we had the horse back into the water where he just had his head poking out, that was a very trusting thing that horse let us do. Oh, he backs up really good. There we go. Love that. See, now he can't touch, so now he has to start swimming. Good boy. There. Really good. Now, I like that time he kind of stopped by himself just then.
Right.
You know what I mean? And relaxed. Really good job. This is a good first swim for him. You know what I mean? Once he realizes he's going to rest in the water, he'll look forward to it. Have you ever had him in the water like this before?
Not this deep.
Not this deep?
Not where he was completely, his feet were completely off the bottom.
Yeah, off the bottom. Good. Horses love to swim. All horses can swim, but you just got to ease them into it. Good job, mate. Congratulations. There you go.
Check out our latest catalogue from Downunder Horsemanship. It's filled with beautiful imagery and in-depth information on all the products used in this show. Visit our website or call this number and we'll send it to your door free of charge.
Next obstacle we're going to use, it's going to be a tight gully, and that gully is going to make a lot of horses feel trapped and claustrophobic because horses hate tight, narrow areas. Horses like big, wide open areas because if a danger comes, they can flee and run. Remember, horses are a flight or fight creature. Flight is the ability to run from danger. So if they can't feel like they can run, they feel trapped and claustrophobic, and then they want to fight and panic basically. So the next obstacle is really going to build a horse's confidence in narrow spaces.
The problem with my horse is he was overreactive, didn't want to follow through or listen to me and respect me. My horse would back up, pull me, run the opposite direction, so just total lack of respect for me.
Well, Frankie's horse, by far out of all the horses, was the most reactive. You know, he was very skeptical, was kind of spooky horse, and he did not want to, you know, go over the obstacles very well. He wanted to hurry through them. And especially when it comes to the jumping, he'd leap over it like a deer, like he'd pick all 4 feet up in the air and leap over it like a deer, okay? So he was by far the most reactive. So he just has to do a lot of the jumping. He needs to do a lot of jumping, a lot of going through ditches and gullies until he just realizes that nothing's gonna hurt him.
The jumping we're still working on. It is improved. He's going across, although he does have a little bit of a, I guess, a deer hop across it. But he is doing a lot better. We wouldn't go over it 2 days ago.
Move those feet. There we go.
So I'm just not being aggressive enough?
Yeah, you're just not putting the pressure on at the right time.
Okay.
Now I'm going to yield.
Would you call that nagging or?
A little bit of nagging, you were nagging him, but a lot of it's just your coordination with the stick.
Okay.
You just got to practice, you know, moving it around so that you become coordinated with it.
Okay.
A lot of horses are frightened of gullies because horses don't have very good depth perception, Frankie, you know what I mean? They don't have binocular vision, okay? So they have trouble figuring out how deep things are. Righto, let me go ahead and send him over this ditch here now. I'm going to get down here, a little lower here now, and jump him over it. Excellent, good boy. It's just a different look, you know what I mean? It's a little harder to be standing down low and have your horse jump over it. Good boy. Now I'm going to bring him down here now and rub on him. Come on down here. Good boy. That's what we're looking for there, Frankie. Let him relax a little bit now. So Frankie, do you think he's made improvement over the last few days since you've been at the clinic?
Oh, he's a completely different horse. He has a lot more respect. He's not as reactive. He's paying attention more.
Yeah. Before you brought him, was he pretty spooky?
Very spooky.
Yeah.
Very spooky.
Yeah. Well, you've obviously done a good job, mate, by getting his respect, moving his feet forwards, backwards, left and right, and building his confidence. Great job, mate. Let's head off to the next obstacle.
Thank you. One thing about Clinton Anderson's teaching ability is he makes it in layman's terms. He'll use a car, he'll use different things that we can relate to, a gas pedal, a brake pedal, which makes it very clerical to us that I can do that. I step on my brake on my car all the time, so I know that on my horse now. It's the reason I've picked Clinton, and I love the method.
When you have Clinton behind you, you know, directing you and helping you do this, do that, you know, move your stick, move your string, of course it builds the confidence up in you, so I don't think I would have asked him to do that much at home. So I'm glad that I was able to do it here. So now I can go home and be more confident about doing it at home.
What I really like about it is that Clinton himself, obviously he's got a great sense of humor, and he makes this, while we're all learning, he makes it a lot of fun because he keeps it lighthearted. You know, we take our work serious, but you know, it's fun.
When I can see that big of a difference in where she started to where we finish and we end the lesson, it definitely makes me happy because I know that the next day I'm going to come back out and we're going to get even better.
You know what, I realize not everybody may have access to an obstacle course like I've got here on my ranch, but you can find a lot of natural obstacles around your ranch. Find some old big rocks, an old tree that's fallen down, some natural gullies, you know, dig a ditch and fill it up full of water. You know, there's lots of things you can do without spending a lot of money to be creative with your horse. Well, listen, mate, I hope you enjoyed the show. Tune in next week to Downunder Horsemanship, and I'm going to be showing you more of the method. See you then, mate. If you'd like more information, mate, on any of the products you've seen on today's show, click on our website at downunderhorsemanship.com and we'll send you a free catalogue, mate.